Billy Goat Bill Cianis had box seats to Game 4 of the 45 World Series, Cubs against Detroit. One seat he would sit in, the other was for his kid, a goat by the name of Murphy, who the Cubs always had admitted. That day Usher would not let them to their box in Wrigley Field, so directly to the owner, P.K. Wrigley, he appealed. The answer came from Wrigley, it was final and succinct. Said there'd been a few complaints, some people didn't like the stink. Well, Cianis, he was livid, and his face was turning blue. He went out past the turnstiles onto Waveland Avenue. The vendors on the sidewalk say he raised his arms up first, with his hands above his head. They say he placed the curse, and just then a cloud passed over from the lake, a chilly wind, and anybody within earshot would have had goosebumps on their skin. Skeptics say baloney, the poets make up verse. 60-some years later, they still blame it on the curse. Those two box seats bore witness as the Tigers took the game, like they would games 5 and 7. The Cubbies come out lame. Old Billy Goat Cianis got the last word, holy cow. He telegrammed Mr. Wrigley, and he asked him who smells now. It stared at Leo DeRocher, stared right at his lip. Leo stood there staring back with his hands upon his hips. On the top step of the dugout, cat the color of a hearse. They blew a 9-game lead in '69. People say it was the curse. They were playing for the pennant in 1984 against the San Diego Padres. Only had to win one more to advance to the World Series, but they slipped into reverse. First baseman flubbed the grounder. People blame it on the curse, or they say a cloud passed over from the lake, a chilly wind. Anybody within earshot would have had goosebumps in their skin. Skeptics say it's hoo-ha, the poets make up verse. 60-some years later, they still blame it on the curse. Most recently, 2003, and just 5 outs away, when a Cubs fan tried to catch a foul while the ball was still in play. The lockers had been plasticized, but the bubble had just burst. The Marlins drank the champagne, people blame it on the curse. So just ask someone in Boston how long it took to break the curse of the Bambino with Nathaniel heartache. And every time it happens, well, it just feels that much worse. They say there's always next year, well, that might be the curse. They say a cloud passed over from the lake, chilly wind. Anybody within earshot would have had goosebumps on their skin. Skeptics say baloney, the poets make up verse. 60-some years later, they still blame it on the curse.
I saw Willie Mays play baseball back in '73. He was kinda old by then. New York Mets was the Padres. Everybody down at Shea would cheer for him. And even though I was just a kid, I knew of all the things he did. I used to dream I'd make the plays, just like Willie Mays. Just like Willie Mays. Me and Doc and Rich and Dave, we played baseball every day in Doc's backyard. Well, I remember laughing free, living in a reverie, and then times got hard. Growing up, growing old, sometimes make your heart feel cold. Everybody has bad days, even Willie Mays. Even Willie Mays. Playing for that New York team, Willie burst upon the scene in 1951. Even when they moved out west, Willie, he was still the best to watch him run. Catch and throw, hit and score, there goes number 24. He beats you in so many ways. Legend Willie Mays. Legend Willie Mays. Say hey Willie Mays. Say hey hey. Say hey. Well, I ain't heard from Rich or Dave since we went our separate ways like people do. Me and Doc will always be as close as family, and we always knew that even when it gets us down, feeling like we're gonna drown, our spirits you can always raise. Talking Willie Mays. Talking Willie Mays. Remembering Willie Mays. Say hey Willie Mays. Say hey hey. Say hey hey. Say hey hey. Say hey Willie Mays. Say hey Willie Mays. Say hey hey. Say hey hey. Oh, say hey Willie Mays.
From my second story window, as I look out on Rincon, up the coast of California, where I come looking for the great Barry Bonds. One final summer, his health is broken down, so I've forsaken San Francisco, and I've heard the Bonds might be here seeking non-traditional medicine. I see nothing but the craps games from my second story window in Rincon, where I come looking for bonds. And from my second story window, I see the mayor in his chambers signing execution papers for the prisoners of conscience, and the ladies throw bananas in the street, and moments later they're gray and flat and lifeless beyond all recognition. Oh, some say the most powerful force on earth is water, but from my second story window it seems to be the cars. And Christopher Columbus come looking for the Spice Isles, and Montezuma come looking for the gold, and Charlie Chaplin come looking for the silver screen. I've come looking for bonds, bonds come looking for the cure. Fishermen go out to return again at dusk, and they love the constant rain. The fish jump into their nets, yeah, but I'm not a fisherman, and to me this rain can only keep bonds inside his window, if he's even in Rincon, of which I'm more and more uncertain, especially with this rain. And the news reports each hour is being tested in Los Angeles, and I found my friends just when I doubted myself most. They took me for a walk along the Cinnamon, and they said this rain can't last forever. People will walk around, not just the fishermen. And from my second story window, the fog enfolds the fishermen like ghosts along the harbor as their boats go out to sea. And my eyes alert but softly as I stand inside my window, I will not miss the moment if bonds should pass below. And Christopher Columbus come looking for the Spice Isles, and Montezuma come looking for the gold, and Charlie Chaplin come looking for the silver screen. I've come looking for bonds, bonds come looking for the cure. Whoa, the magic cure.
Steffi at the baseball game. Oh, that gal's in my Hall of Fame. Let's turn to baby 643. Hot stove Steffi, make a player out of me. Hot stove Steffi, she's a big league fly. She's hitting fungo, sends him way up high. I circle under, stare into the sun. I yell, it's mine, that little honey bun. She's batting clean up, watch her digging in. That girl won't give an inch. The base is loaded, so she crowds the plate. What a stance, oh so great. Hot stove Steffi on the warning track. Bedroom eyes over smears of black. Flips down her glasses, it's a can of corn. Hot stove Steffi gets my cinders warm. Hot
Stove Steffi got me trapped, run down. It's quite the pickle, I've been played a clown. She takes me hard, but it's no embrace. Hot Stove Steffi puts me in my place. She takes a man, watch her tow the rubber. Her paws go south, you've gotta love her. All loose and limber down there in the pen. Come on, Steffi, let's put her in. Hot Stove Steffi, she won't let you lead. She'll catch you leaning if you try to speed. The hitting ball, well, it's her favorite trick. Hot Stove Steffi gets you out right quick. Let's go. Throws a slider low. That thing, it really bites. Then there's a spitter and a screwball too. Such a change up, now that ain't right. Hot Stove Steffi at the baseball game. Oh, that gal's in my Hall of Fame. But I dropped the ball, so it's a big E3. And Steffi says it's to the minor leagues for me.
Heaven's game, heaven's game, hallelujah. We are playing heaven's game. Everywhere you go, you'll face the mighty foe, always trying to defeat you if he can. Stay steady, strong and fast, keep your feet upon the path, and trust that you will make it home again. When the count is 3 and 2, and it all depends on you, and you hear the bleacher bums call your name. When the devil lets it fly, and you lift one to the sky, you will know that you are playing heaven's game. Heaven's game, heaven's game, hallelujah. We are playing heaven's game. When you're out there in the field, do not falter, do not yield, and never let your heart be filled with doubt. The devil, he may score, but you'll get to bat once more, and the game ain't over till the final out. Well, life is there to live, give it all you've got to give, from the moment you are born until you die. And when your work is done on that diamond in the sun, you will cross the plate to glory by and by. Heaven's game, heaven's game, hallelujah. We are playing heaven's game.
Robinson waits. Here comes the pitch, and there goes a line drive to left field. Swan is after it. He leaps. It's over his head against the wall. Here comes.
Jackie Robinson hit that ball. It went zooming across the left field wall.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, yes, yes. Jackie hit that ball. And when he swung his bat, the crowd went wild because he knocked that ball a solid mile.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, yes. Jackie hit that ball. Well, now Satchel Paige is mellow, so is Campanello, Newcomb and Dolby too. But it's a natural fact, when Jackie comes to bat, the other team is through. Now did you see Jackie Robinson hit that ball? He really hit it, yeah, and that ain't all.
He's so home.
Oh, yes, yes, Jackie's sure enough gone. Sha-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Of America changed.
When Frank Ricketts signed Jackie to that Major League contract, that was the beginning of the modern day civil rights movement.
All of a sudden, the whole black community discovered that they're now baseball fans.
Well, let me tell you now, before he made the majors, he was one of the players in the Negro Leagues. With Satchel Paige and Josh Double Duty and Cool Papa, must have been something to see. That's what my daddy told me, yeah. Now did you see Jackie Robinson hit that ball?
He really hit it.
Ooh, yeah. And that ain't all.
He's so home.
He's so home,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Jackie's sure enough gone. Hey now, Jackie, I'm talking about Jackie. He's a real gun guy. Yeah.
You took for gospel what I said, holding the glove in just the way I said you should. Knowing I never could teach you enough, I thought that when you understood how carelessly moments disappear, your mind might hold from a distant year a fading day and us still here. No matter that your legs are short, your arms are small, it will all be right in time. This arm that never threw a ball far enough to make a team, if more than 9 came out to play, threw one into your hands today from nearly 60 years away.
Angel, he played shortstop, a lifetime minor leaguer, all glove and no stick. He was a lifetime underachiever. But on one September Sunday, he made us all believers when he swung and hit his first grand slam home run, standing on our seats, me and my son. Well, we walked down toward the dugout, and as we walked down through the stands, my son shined up a backyard baseball in his hands, and he handed it to Angel as if he'd had it planned. And Angel took his pen like ball players do, but my son smiled and said, "No, it's for you." Well, on one September Sunday, Angels won Grand Slam home run day. I've long forgotten who was pitching, but the players looked like preachers, and I saw church pews where there were bleachers, and the game became religion. Angel looked confused, he looked a little riled. He looked at me for help, but all I offered was a smile. He gave the baseball back to my son and paused for a while. And in the most perfect moment I'll ever see, he passed the pen and said, "Son, could you sign it for me?" Well, on one September Sunday, the Angels won Grand Slam home run day. I've long forgotten who was pitching, but the players looked like preachers, and I saw church pews where there were bleachers, and the game became religion. And as I watched him write those big black squiggly letters, I couldn't help but feel that the world got a little bit better. On that one September Sunday, Angels won Grand Slam home run day. I've long forgotten who was pitching, but the players looked like preachers, and I saw church pews where there were bleachers, and the game became religion.
give a kid a pile of money and you put him on TV for being better at a game than you and I will ever be. You want him in the bullpen, you want him in the zone, but you want him far away from a microphone. John Rocker gave an interview. He told us what he thought. It's what a lot of people think, but he got caught. Now everybody's wondering just what we're gonna do about the ugly little secret that we always knew. John Rocker. John Rocker. When I read the story, first thing that came to mind was how Henry Aaron fought his whole lifetime, battling the demons that raised their head and the kind of ideas that interview spread. John Rocker. Henry Aaron. Jackie Robinson. How many years, how many times, how many jokes and how many crimes, how many missteps, how many abuses, how many apologies, how many excuses. For I am the queer with AIDS, John Rocker. I'm the single mother with the kids, John Rocker. I am the foreigner and I got here the same way that your people did, John Rocker. So take your seat on the subway, get on the bus. Underneath your fears, you're just one of us. Take your seat on the subway, get on the bus. Underneath your ignorance, you're just one of us. John Rocker gave an interview. He told us what he thought. It's what a lot of people think, but he got caught.
Six o'clock, time to jump in my jock. Got a ball game under the lights, and the rumor's out that a big league scout's flying in from the east tonight. Just a one-horse town, playing my heart out for a few old men in the bleachers, and the roar of the crowd is nearly as loud as the buzzing of the mosquitoes. For the Bush League heroes with a big town dream, and I get so weary of the old ball game. With each passing year, my hair's getting thinner, and I guess I can live with that. But if you lose a dream of being a winner, you can't cover it up with your cap. Oh, the Bush League heroes with a big town dream, and I get so weary of the old ball games. You know I've got what it takes, gotta make your own luck.
I was called up last spring till my shoulder got strained, and I found myself back on the bus to One Horse Town, playing my heart out for a few old men in the bleachers. And the roar of the crowd is nearly as loud as the buzzing of the mosquitoes. For the bush league heroes with a big town dream, and I get so weary of the old ball game. I'm a bush league hero with a big town dream, and I get so weary of the old ball game.
Defending world champions in 17, the very best pitchers they've ever seen. Boston Red Sox played Washington, with Babe Ruth pitching in the summer sun. Babe took the mound, threw nothing but balls, argued every one of the umpire's calls. Came off the mound, cussing and a swinging. The ump threw him out, his head still ringing. Out from the dugout there came a man with a look in his eye and a glove in his hand. Great big fella standing 6'4", a right-hand pitcher named Ernie Shore. 26 batters stepped up to the plate. 26 batters met their fate. Guy on first was thrown out stealing, and Ernie sent the rest of his teammates reeling. He gave those senators a day of grief. He gave us baseball's greatest relief. Later he became a respected lawman. I'll never forget the day I shook his hand. Up on the mound he was staring him down. This Tar Heel playing up in Beantown. Great big man standing 6'4", a gentle giant named Ernie Shore. Well, some say it wasn't a perfect game, but I say it's quite a story just the same. 'Cause nothing like this could ever happen again, and there'll never be another man like him.
defending world champions in 17, the very best pitchers they've ever seen. Boston Red Sox played Washington with Ernie Shore pitching in the summer sun.
Paper cups in the fence, and his knees were slightly bent. One hand pounding at his glove, one eye on the clouds above. 7 rows dropped their beers, and he turned and shifted gears. The ball began its quick descent. Come through again, like everybody's long lost friend. Some memories are bittersweet, they come and go like shocks of wheat. And when he dove right to the ground, the sky was still, there was no sound. The moment froze into a freeze. Sliding on his knees, sliding on his knees. When Andy roamed through center field, shirts were striped and grass was real. Underneath the shining sun, in the days that my dad was young, on a distant moving train, headed for an army base in the hills of Tennessee. Staring out at the streets, passing through his puff of smoke, you know the time just dragged along for another boy away from home. Andy's playing days grinding to a halt, a filled up trophy case, spikes hanging on the wall. And when that war was won, you know that everybody begun running out of center field. Father took one look at me, kinda small up to his knees. Out the window went the smokes, like a pack of unfriendly folks on a distant moving train. He knew there'd be a day when I need him to explain. I listened real hard. The story of Andy's shoestring catch. shoestring catch.
Who's that playing peekaboo, standing slim and tall, blasting shots into the blue, line drives off the wall. What's his name, that batter who stands there with that winning smile? He unwinds and follows through, hits the ball a country mile. It's Stan the man, St. Louis Stan, is loved by every baseball fan. Stanley Frankie Musial from Donora Penn, stylish and unusual, congenial man of man. Stan the man has placed his name with the greats who played the game, greatest I have ever seen, and he did it fair and clean. It's Stan the man, St. Louis Stan, is loved by every baseball fan. Who's that playing peekaboo, standing slim and tall, blasting shots into the blue, line drives off the wall? What's his name, that batter who stands there with that winning smile? He unwinds and follows through, hits the ball a country mile. It's Stan the man, St. Louis Stan, is loved by every baseball fan. It's Stan the man, St. Louis Stan, is loved by every baseball fan. It's Stan the man, St. Louis Stan, is loved by every baseball fan. It's Stan the man, St. Louis Stan.
This past year, I had an amazing invitation. I was asked to host and perform in a show at Lincoln Center in New York called Take Me Out to the Ball Game. They asked me to sing that song and to MC the event, and they commissioned me to write another song about baseball. Now, I'd never been commissioned to write anything in my life, and I didn't know how you turn on your songwriting mojo. You know, I have to be inspired. But I got an idea that I thought was a surefire winner. I used to sell Cracker Jacks in the Orange Bowl for the Miami Dolphins back in the mid-'70s. It's a tough job. Somebody's got to do it. And lots of odd-type characters sell stuff in stadiums. So my idea for this Lincoln Center show, the deal was I couldn't perform it anywhere in the world till it made its world debut on August 6th outdoors. I mean, this is like a really big deal. So I got this idea that I would find the oldest living Cracker Jack vendor at Yankee Stadium and interview him. He's got to have some fascinating stories. I would write a song about him, sing the song at Lincoln Center, then have him come out and take a bow. Wouldn't that be a great thing? Well, I called up the Yankees and they said, "You want to do what?" And I explained to them, and they kept shunting me off from one person to another, till finally I get this guy. He said, "Ma'am, you don't understand the legal ramifications of what you are asking." I said, "What legal ramifications?" I want to interview him, write a little song, sing it, have him take a bow. There's no downside to this. He said, "Cracker Jacks is a trademark term. New York Yankees is a trademark term. If we let you do this," and I'm not saying that we will, but if we let you do this, then we have to go through the song line by line to see if we would allow you to sing it. And this could never happen by August 6th. And this is back in January. I said, "Are you kidding me?" And he said, "You really don't understand the legal ramifications of what you're asking." So I said, "Well, maybe I should write a song about how the legal profession is ruining baseball and songwriting in one fell swoop." And then he said, "Well, maybe you should write a song about me hanging up on you." And then I took it a step too far. I said, "Excuse me, is this George Costanza I am talking to?" And he hung up. So I couldn't do my Cracker Jack vendor song for Yankee Stadium, but then I had a brainstorm just a few days before the event. I thought I could make one up. They can't stop me from doing that. So I've written a song that I hope will give the Yankees nightmares for years and years and years to come. It's called The Legal Ramifications of a Cracker Jack Vendor Who Works at Yankee Stadium. And it's a quite unusual song in that it will end when all of you in unison scream out the name of a beloved American comedy legend. I know you're thinking, what? But you will do it, and when you do, I will stop the song. Here we go. The legal ramifications of a Cracker Jack vendor who works at Yankee Stadium. His name is Joe. He sells Cracker Jacks in Yankee Stadium. Her name is Flo. She's getting kinda hungry, thinks I'm gonna get me some. Oh, it's been a long time since Flo ate Cracker Jacks. She forgot about the free prize. She starts chowing down and does not know a plastic yo-yo's hidden inside. Oh, Flo starts choking on the yo-yo. The people sitting round her all say, uh-oh. A man behind her does a Heimlich maneuver. The yo-yo shoots out like a bullet from a Luger. Yo-yo hits an old lady yakking on a cell phone in the back of her head. She's so startled, she drops the cell phone, then she drops dead. Oh, it's not that sad. She was a criminal on the 10 most wanted list. She even stole the tickets to this baseball game, so let's face it, she won't be missed. A seeing-eyed dog picks up the cell phone, gives it to his master dog. Thought it was an old bone. The blind guy calls a pal. In Timbuktu, he calls his wife, his girlfriend, and his mother, too. People sitting near the blind guy start yelling they're sick of his yakety-yak. But he don't care, he keeps on talking, he tells his dog to attack. Oh, the seeing-eyed dog bites a tiny baby, don't worry, doesn't hurt it that much. But the mom gets mad, lunges at the dog, gives him a great big shove. The dog lands on a man eating a bowl of chop suey. He's a Japanese tourist here to cheer Matsui. The Japanese guy's allergic to dogs and cats. He starts having an asthma, then a heart attack. People start yelling, somebody get the medics and tell them to bring a defibrillator. But it broke last week in an unsuccessful attempt to revive an elderly waiter. Just then Derek Jeter hits a foul ball into the same section of the stands. As luck would have it, the ball comes down in the Japanese guy's hands. Oh, just for a second, the stadium is hushed, followed by a tremendous rush. The crowd pounces on the Japanese guy grabbing for the ball. It jump starts his heart, he doesn't die after all. Meanwhile, Tommy Smothers is walking through the stands. He sees a yo-yo lying on the stairs. He bends down to pick it up, but people tell him, don't, a lady choked on it. But Tommy don't care. Oh, Tommy Smothers doing all kinds of fancy tricks. People are clapping, having a really great time. But suddenly Flo stands up and screams, give me back that yo-yo, Tommy Smothers, it's mine! Oh, Flo and Tommy Smothers get into a big fight, kicking and screaming with all their might. Punches are thrown, tempers flare, yo-yo flies up into the air. Joe the Cracker Jack vendor catches a yo-yo, puts it in his pocket and he walks away. The Yankees lose that game to the Red Sox. Joe sells the yo-yo on eBay. Oh, the Japanese guy takes a turn for the worse. I'm so sad to report his family wants to sue the Yankees and Derek Jeter for millions. Yankees want to settle out of court. While the case drags on for more than a year, Derek Jeter drowns his sorrow in beer. Steinbrenner falls in love, and what do you know? The new girl of his dreams is the yo-yo woman Flo. Yo-Yo Ma and the Smothers Brothers play at the church the day Flo and Steinbrenner are wed. They feast on champagne and Cracker Jack. Steinbrenner chokes on a prize and drops dead. Oh, he starts traveling down a long dark tunnel. He's heading for that bright light. When he gets there, St. Peter looks at him and says, sorry, no room for you here tonight. So he starts traveling down the other way. It's getting hotter and hotter, what can I say? Devil looks at Steinbrenner and shakes his head. He doesn't want him either. He's got no choice, he comes back to life instead. Steinbrenner comes to lying on the floor. He's so grateful to be alive. But through some trick of this time-space continuum, it's now the year 1985. first thing Steinbrenner sees when he opens his eyes is that cursed Cracker Jack box. He takes it as a sign to sell the New York Yankees and to buy the Boston Red Sox. While the Red Sox win the pennant the very next year, their fans are ecstatic. They cry, they cheer. They're in the World Series against the New York Mets. They figure we can't lose. You want to bet? Oh, it's not really Steinbrenner's fault that the Red Sox lose such a crucial game. There's just something about that man that seems to attract our collective blame. Ah, what am I kidding? That last part never happened, but I swear the rest of the song is true. So next time you go to Yankee Stadium, this is what I want you to do. Look for the Cracker Jack vendor, Joe. Tell him that I said hello. Give a kiss to his new wife, Flo. And their 3 darling children, Larry, Curly, and... I was in Saratoga Springs a couple weeks ago, and I just written the song then. And at the very end, I said, the 3 darling children, Larry, Curly, and this guy stands up and screams, Tommy Smothers! He's the same kind of guy who thinks that ring rhymes with stud.
Ladies and gentlemen, Balco Records presents an album of greatest hits by the world's most famous Baltimorean, Rafael Palmeiro.
I've been looking for drugs in all the wrong places. Now all I've got are disgraces, as bad I suppose, or worse than Pete Rose.
That's right, he's had a rough time lately, but he's trying to remain positive. Positive outlook, positive attitude, and positive urine test. That's right, he's had 3,000 hits, and none of them are on this album.
I shot the steroids, but I still maintain my innocence.
That's right, he knows nothing about steroids, and he knows nothing about singing, but that's not stopping him. There's even songs about how the tests were administered.
If I had to pee in a bottle, the outcome I'd claim wasn't right. The results I'd protest on that urine test. I did my best. Hey, I studied all night.
That's right, there's songs about needles like I Get a Prick Out of You, and this song about the scary sexual side effects. He was afraid to come out of the locker. He was as nervous could be. The side effects of these drugs is a shocker.
It appears I am hung like a flea.
2, 3, 4, tell him what is in your drawers.
It was an itsy bitsy teeny weeny hanging there like limp linguini.
That was caused by the steroids, they say.
An itsy bitsy teeny weeny, more a gherkin than zucchini. But with Viagra, I still get to play.
Order now!
screaming, kicking kind of fella.
He flashes, Francis, Worky smiles, sly as a fox, and all the while
The victories they pile and pile.
'Cause losing's never been Lou's style.
Hey!
Sweet Lou. My oh my, ain't this fun? What a guy.
While Skipper Lou from Della is a quite engaging fella.
the dust of the Emerald City. Now and then he's even witty.
Though championships may come and go, it's Lou who brought us to the show. Each spring begins his discipline.
Teaching him's the book on how to win. Sweet Lou.
While Skipper Lou from Della,
He's a little bit more Bella.
he used to be a hot-tempered, screaming, kicking kind of fella.
He flashes, Francis, Worky smiles, sly as a fox, and all the while
The victories they pile and pile.
'Cause losing's never been Lou's style. Lou Brunella. Sweet Lou.
Doug Mientkiewicz, he's my favorite player. Doug Mientkiewicz, he's the man, he's the man. Doug Mientkiewicz, I just love to say it. Doug Mientkiewicz, he's the man, he's the man. When he was a twin, it didn't mean a thing. Then he joined the Sox, and Doug Mientkiewicz really rocked. Doug Mientkiewicz, he's my favorite player. Doug Mientkiewicz, he's the man, he's the man. He's kind to his mother and a former Gold Glover. Doug may not make the Hall of Fame, but he's got 12 letters in his name. Doug Mientkiewicz, I can't even spell it. Doug Mientkiewicz, but I sure do like to yell it. Doug Mientkiewicz, he's my favorite player. Doug Mientkiewicz, he's the man, he's the man. Mientkiewicz, I think that's right. Doug Mientkiewicz, he's my favorite player. Doug Mientkiewicz, he just took that ball and ran. Doug Mientkiewicz, I just love to say it. Doug Mientkiewicz, he's the man, he's the man, he's the man, he's the man. Doug Mientkiewicz is the man.
Some thought Kirby Puckett was too short to be a pro. Fans went loco when they saw him hit and throw. 12 great years kept the pitchers in a vice, helped the Twins to rise and win the series twice. Chi-Town raised him, Twins fans praised him, each game blazed in Kirby Puckett style.
in 8 World Series games at home. Kirby never lost one in the Metrodome. Chicago raised him, Minnesota praised him. Each game blazed in Kirby Puckett style. Kirby hit for power and could frazzle you with speed. His grace in center field was all a manager would need. In 93, his homer made him All-Star MVP. Just to see him play would leave a lifelong memory. Chi-Town raised him, Twins fans praised him. Each game blazed in Kirby Puckett style. As far as right-handed batters go, the top career average since Joe DiMaggio. Chicago raised him, Minnesota praised him. Each game blazed in Kirby Puckett style. His Game 6 homer sank the Braves in extra frame. That great big smile glowed in 10 straight All-Star games. He tied the series record with 4 runs against the Cards. Kirby Puckett's style could light up any baseball yard. Chi-Town raised him, Twins fans praised him. Each game blazed in Kirby Puckett style. Chicago made him, way up north he slayed him. Each game blazed in Kirby Puckett style.
The game's on the line, my number gets a call. I bust out from the bullpen, they give me the ball. Runners crowd the corners, Mr. Clutch stands to bat. Pressure's a ton, only up by 1, but I can handle that. I stare down the batter as he digs in with the spikes. It don't matter what you do, you're going down on strikes. So I get my sign, check the runners, take my stretch. First pitch is a freight train, impossible to catch. 'Cause I am the closer, master with the stuff. They count on me to shut the door when the going gets tough. 'Cause I am the closer, the one who throws the heat. They count on me to shut the door, 'cause I am the closer. I am the closer. Strike 1 calls the umpire, for the hitter it's looking bleak. I own the plate, it's my time, slugger's in trouble deep. So I set, here's the 0-1, my target's at the knees. It's swing and a miss for strike 2 when I bring the cheddar cheese. So I kick high and deliver, this fastball's so cooking. All that poor batter can do is strike out looking. And fans go wild and crazy, the game was a must. One more win for our team, now it's the World Series or bust. 'Cause I am the closer, master with the stuff. They count on me to shut the door when the going gets tough. 'Cause I am the closer, the one who throws the heat. They count on me to shut the door, 'cause I am the closer. I am the closer. The game's on the line, my number gets a call. I bust out from the bullpen, they give me the ball. Runners crowd the corners, Mr. Clutch stands to bat. Pressure's a ton, only up by 1, but I can handle that. 'Cause I am the closer with nasty wicked stuff. They count on me to shut the door when the going gets tough. I am the closer, the one who brings the heat. When the pearl's in my hand, I know we can't be beat. 'Cause I am the closer with nasty wicked stuff. Count on me to shut the door when the going gets tough. 'Cause I am the closer, the one who throws the heat.
They count on me to shut the door, 'cause I am the closer. I am the closer. Yes, I am the closer. I am the closer. I am the closer. I am the closer. I am the closer.